This first project is by Teresa, who did a podcast interview at Catholic Partnership Schools.
This is the sound of one of the most dangerous cities in America. Camden is a city with a past, but it's also a city filled with many people working to move the city into a brighter future. And I have had the wonderful opportunity this summer to work alongside teachers and teacher aides who are so passionate.
So that's one of the things that I want to change, is just to help these kids know, like, I can be anything, I can do anything, if I set my mind to it and I work hard enough.
It's people like her who work to take care of our next generation, to ensure that these children growing up can have an even better future than the one she even thought of for herself. And so, as you listen closely, you can hear the sounds of the next generation.
Taj Singh is a rising second-year medical student at Temple St. Luke's. He worked closely with Kyle Teo, another medical student, and the Allentown Center for Recovery this summer. He chose to write a series of poems to summarize his storytelling project. The one he chose to highlight is called To Future Docs. So many stereotypes and labels, but remember, we're just as able to make a difference and save a life. Your words cut like a knife. So quick to blame, it really is such a shame, because one person at a time is how we can all climb. But what is your why? Is it your mission as a physician to break barriers and listen? Or is it your quest to stick out your chest with all that money and say that you're blessed? Just look me in my eyes. Can't you see that I'm traumatized? And may I suggest authenticity and pause on the pathogenicity? I'm human too.
The next set of pieces was done by Morel Rojano and Valerie Gomez, and their site was at the Salvation Army's Red Shield family residence. They composed a poem and an image to go along with it. The poem, titled Paths, was written after interviewing the director of Red Shield's family shelter, Katie Barnhart. It speaks about the misconceptions surrounding shelters, why people are in shelters, and the importance of shelters and helping others in their times of need. In the image, the contrasting cool tones and warm tones are meant to signify the different backgrounds and paths of life individuals go through. The pyramid symbolizes life, obstacles, and/or challenges that an individual faces. The two people on either side of the pyramid represent the different paths individuals take to reach a common goal, the top of the pyramid. The person at the top of the pyramid represents how no matter what different path is taken or what different circumstances someone has, it is possible for a person to succeed in life and/or achieve their goal.
I had the opportunity to interview an employee of Students Run Philly Style. Students Run Philly Style is a nonprofit organization based in Philadelphia that transforms students' lives through running and mentorship. It was an amazing opportunity to hear about his unique perspective as both a student and an employee of this organization. One quote that really stood out to me was when he said, "When I am faced with a challenge, I always think back. If I can run a marathon, then I can overcome this challenge." He walked me through his time there as a student and how running pushed him to try new things at school and build supportive relationships around him. Now, as an employee of the organization, he's able to facilitate events that bring students closer together, build an inclusive community for all people, and watch student runners overcome challenges through running and mentorship.
My name is Kendra Domator. I hand-lettered a quote from an interview with one of the adults that works at Smith Memorial Playground. It reads, "At Smith Memorial Playground, we don't strive for diversity. That's not the focus. Our focus is the experience people have here at Smith. If you focus less on the who and focus more on what makes everyone feel welcome and comfortable, that is what invites a diverse community."
Let's start to realize, crossing the bridge in 3 tries, you keep your poems close, coming out as you compose, closeting yourself away from the courts. A twisted, stable support, and when the houses crashed around us, our pockets will be wiped out and useless. While the kids get younger and then the past dances like ghosts, you can't just look through them, see the sheets as they float. Standing with a tall sign removes an excuse. When the government reads the news, our friends broke their teeth at City Hall one week. Where will you go if history repeats? The strings on the harp sit still, bad decisions from the hill, but you have to fight. You have to fight. Though the memories aren't waived, in this place we're saved. We make our own news now, living under a word we once had it.
Haley's artwork is inspired by her interviewee's phrasing of teaching the students at the school from seed to supper. Jarrett's drawing is a representation of the life of his manager at the Bridging the Gap site he worked at. The manager grew up playing tennis and playing piano and attended the Legacy Youth Community Tennis Camps, where he now gives back to his Philly tennis community by serving in leadership roles for Legacy.
The following project was created by Bridget Seichon. She states, "This collage represents my conversation with a medical assistant at Philadelphia Fight. I focused on creating an image that captures the atmosphere at Fight from the MA's perspective, as well as showcasing how the MA uses their experiences during patient interactions."
Is a project from Joseph Vachaparamble. He states, I had the pleasure of meeting a community member who had moved to Philadelphia 5 years ago with her husband from Indonesia. She had described her initial experiences as difficult, having moved so far from home and leaving her prized job as a midwife to build a new life. Those difficulties have turned into a sense of belonging in the past 5 years as she has grown very connected with her local community in South Philadelphia. When describing her community, she used words like care, help, and kindness. She shared numerous instances where the community has risen up to fill a need, most recently providing food for those who had lost their job at the start of COVID. She also expressed gratitude for the opportunity to meet people of diverse backgrounds, which she never had in Indonesia. She also thought her community in Philadelphia was unique in its camaraderie, unlike what she had seen in NYC while visiting her brother-in-law. This love of her community inspired me to make this drawing, showing her smiling as she looks at the community that has welcomed her so readily. This view of the city is from a picture taken from the roof of the Bach building, where the Vice Wellness Center is located.
Wouldn't the world be so much nicer if you saw me for who I am? Wouldn't our lives be so much brighter if we all could understand? Look in the mirror, what do you see? That you're not at all like me. So why don't you try and take a walk through the streets I live? Feel the laughter in our eyes. Listen to the song we sing and see the beauty in our lives. Sharing stories of days gone by, staying up all through the night. Yeah, we're different, you and I, but that's the beauty in our lives.